Hello everybody, it's Kathy here again. I wanted to share with you today what is one of my most favorite, most amazing breath practices or techniques or whatever you want to call it. Just because it has been probably over the years my ultimate favorite for a lot of reasons. So before I get started though, I'm just going to point out there are spiders that look like they're about to crawl on my head and a ghost. Last year at this time when I made a video, I had some comments wondering what that was. So we do have a few creatures out. It is, there's the ghost. It is the change of seasons here. So it definitely feels like fall, it's dark. And as we change seasons, sometimes we have to make adjustments. So if you're feeling a shift, this might help you. Okay, so back to this breathing technique. I'm going to call this the eternity breath. I used to call this my eternity breath or figure eight breath because it is a space when you find this that takes you really out of time. And one of my favorite things about it is I have experienced the most amazing, really kind of unexplainable bliss, euphoria, expansiveness in this place. And so I thought it was worth sharing. I taught yoga for many years and I, did hundreds of shavasanas, guided relaxations, bringing people into their breath body to relax at the end of a class. And so I've taught Pranayama, the breath control, which has amazing potential for health benefits, mental, physical, in every way. But this is more of something that I kind of naturally came to within myself. And so I don't think it's not a technique or there could be something like that, but I'm just sharing it kind of from my own experience. So during the years I taught yoga, I had quit my corporate job and I spent, I guess that was a good 8 years ago, and I had worked from home for a couple years before that, so I spent a lot of time every day meditating and breathing, and I used to call it meditation. It's not like, Buddhist meditation sitting. It was just connecting with my breath, my presence, welcoming forth, whatever you want to call it, the universe, God, your soul, your essence, the angels, the archangels, the ascended masters, opening up to, I really was called to open up to what is beyond just what maybe I always thought, there's more to life than what there seems, is what I began to realize. I had some experiences that I was like, holy cow. So this practice of sitting or lying and just connecting with my breath, my essence, closing my eyes and feeling, it began to expand in just multitudes of ways. And it became sort of my favorite thing to do. Anybody who's been my friend over the years of this transformation and my private groups and stuff has probably heard me write posts, make videos a million times about spent much of the day just feeling my presence or my breath or whatever. And it's so simple. And it's like the most simple things are often the most profound. And the mind tries to complicate, everything and wants, to solve big puzzles and things like that. But this is so incredibly simple and so beneficial that it is worth really diving into and exploring. At least it's been worth it for me. I came to a point after, if you've read any of my story or heard, or if you know me, I had some very life-changing experiences and embodiments. And I got to a point though where, I realized I was almost like addicted to my breath in this meditative space. So it can actually be so beautiful that it is hard to go back, go do things and get busy again. And it's sort of ironic because what it really helped me with is seeking things outside of me. So I had a lot of addictions. If you look at anybody on the planet, pretty much the world, almost everybody, well, everybody, throughout their life has addictions. They're seeking things outside of themselves. That's how I'm defining this. So whether it's food, for me, food, substance, food, alcohol. I've shared openly I was on medications for like ADD, depression, anxiety. Over the years, I went on a number of antidepressants short-term to try and help with social anxiety, television, working, hobbies, working out. I used to work out like sometimes twice a day, every day of the week. And so I was always seeking to feel better though, with things externally. What I find with a lot of other people, if that doesn't pertain as much to you, is oftentimes it is drama. I've never been particularly called to that, but drama, watching the news, fear, was there an accident? I notice around here, there's a local Facebook group for the city I live in, and everybody's constantly posting, there were sirens, so people are sort of addicted to drama, to fear, to protection, to sometimes it's fighting with other people. It could be many things, worrying, trying to control your loved ones, instead of getting what you need from yourself, that where we project outside, blaming, whatever. So it's sort of, what it really comes down to is like everything you need is in here. And when you're not feeling that connection, because you're always connected, but the more you connect inward, the more you connect with yourself, your essence, your presence, your own energy, it opens up. And you no longer really need anything out there. So it can be very profound in that way. So for me, it was definitely all these things I was seeking to do externally to feel better. Really, I think ultimately everyone wants to feel better. Who doesn't? It seems like almost everything we do is an attempt to feel good or to feel something, right? Even attaining something is an attempt to feel a certain way. So there's all this beauty, all this divine, amazing energy and space and essence within you. This is where the kingdom of heaven really is within. And when you access that space, you can, the other things don't seem so important anymore. It's easy to wave goodbye, but it can also be helpful, So I would do this breath that I'm about to share. At one point, it became like my favorite thing to do. I might lay down, this was after I quit my job and I was just teaching a little yoga. My body was healing. I was, my whole reality was changing. Like, oh my God, there's more to life than just working and what I was taught and retiring and that's it. Like, started opening up and, being aware of these presences all around me, things like that. And I would go for hours every day. Sometimes I might lay down, do this for a couple hours, and then go have a snack, drink a water, take a walk, come right back and do it again. Like I said, it actually was so beautiful that I had a hard time even wanting to do anything. It was like hobbies, television, I became very uninterested in the external world, which you could say it could be a problem, but for me it was a transition of becoming very clear and connected before my true creativity kind of came forward. So I don't really perceive it as a problem, because at least it's all within. So, all right, so let's just do this breathing a little bit. So if you're familiar with controlled breath, pranayama, it is usually a control, a focus, like a concentration type meditation. So this is very different. The whole point of this, and I would recommend when you do it to lay down and just get really comfortable, like shut the blinds, maybe put some earplugs in if you need to, block out all the external noise, at least for starters. If you're not really in tune, like I can just go into this space now when I'm sitting or walking, but it took me a while to get that noise, to really connect inward and The noise starts to dissolve away the more you do this. The external noise, be it true physical noise or even the mental noise, all the thoughts and energies flying around. This can really, really help. If you're energetically sensitive, when I started doing this, I felt completely overwhelmed. I was also opening up, like my pineal gland, my crown. And so I was more in tune to thoughts and energies and entities than ever. So this space here, coming in here, can help as you open up, as you expand outward. It's like that stuff is further and further away from you, okay? It just, you could say your vibration increases, and that stuff is just like miles away. It's one way to describe it. A lot of these things are quite hard to put into words, so I'll use the best words I can to describe this. It's just always a challenge to take some of these sort of metaphysical or ethereal things and put them into words. So, once you lay down and relax, this is really about coming into your heart center. And the heart, the portal of your heart chakra, this center right here, and I'm not just talking about the physical heart, although it is in that vicinity. I'm talking about, you have a portal here, your heart chakra. And this really is the connection. This is a portal to all that is, beyond all space and time, to all pure consciousness, to everything really. There's no bounds, no barriers, no separation as you open up through your heart. And this can be very, very powerful. A lot of people try to open up through their third eye. I've had experiences as I go into this space where I'm suddenly in a lucid dream, you could say in another realm, another dimension, a past or future thing, another lifetime, and it's very vivid. It's like dreaming but being awake, right? So there's a tremendous amount of accessibility through your heart, which is beautiful, not by trying. You're not trying to get anywhere. It just happens. It happens on its own. You can't force it. That's the key about what we're about to go into here. This is a surrender. This is a surrender to your heart, your soul, your essence. It's nothing that you can control or manipulate. If you have an agenda, it's just not going to work. So it has to come from really the purity of your truth, your soul, your essence, of simply connecting without an expectation or agenda. But, okay, so as you go into your heart, so let's say you lay down, close your eyes, and you just come into this place. Now, you're not trying to go deep in. There's times I've done heart meditations where you're like really trying to connect. There's almost like a force or an effort, a trying. That is the exact opposite of what we're going for. It's amazing to me when I started doing these how much my mind wanted to effort, wanted to control, wanted to like cling on, wanted to do something. Like your mind, God bless it, it has always known effort, control, process. Like, what am I supposed to do? It wants a job. As a human that we're taught, we need to do something to feel like worthy, or, that's just such an ingrained pattern. So really the challenge here is to release all effort and all control. No agendas, no expectations. There's just nothing. So if you're familiar with like my other videos or my Shavasana meditations, where I a lot of times just guide you into nothingness so you can just be in your presence without past or future identities, worries, concerns, any of that stuff. That's the space you want to find here in your heart. So you can come into that space first, or I find that this breath is like super conducive to finding that space within you. So as you come into your heart, it's literally just letting your presence rest here and starting to feel your breath. So your awareness is lightly centered in your heart. So if you want to join me, let's just do it now. So close your eyes, get comfortable, take a nice deep breath, and I will do this with you. So let's take a big breath in. And on the exhale, just bring your awareness right into your heart center. Begin to feel your abdomen expand and release. Feel the rise and fall of your chest. You're simply feeling and watching. If there are any thoughts, opinions, am I doing it right? Is my breath too slow, too fast? Or am I feeling what I'm supposed to be feeling? Thoughts about this or that, just let them be. Just for these few moments, just let them be over there. Just don't even go with the urge to engage. Let them move out. So again, your awareness is lightly centered around your heart space and your chest. We'll call that the center point of your awareness. However, you are also aware of the gentle movement of your breath from your belly all the way up through your head. Again, you're simply feeling it, witnessing it. And I call this the figure 8 breath sometimes because, again, it's as though your heart is the center point and that breath flows up and down and all around through your heart space. You're not trying to deepen your breath. You're not trying to slow it down. And here you begin to really relax into your breath. And it's as though your awareness, all of your focus, if you want to call it that, melds with your breath. And you are riding your breath on the inhales all the way up. You continue completely melded through the inhale into the exhale. And you stay with that breath all the way through the exhale as it transforms seamlessly into the inhale. And then the inhales transform seamlessly into the exhales. It is one continual, never-ending, eternal breath. And I welcome you to stay with this breath if you'd like, just feeling it as I talk a little bit more about it. As your awareness melds with the inhales and exhales in this seamless, endless motion, you actually feel yourself in this timeless awareness. You may feel, as I have at times, an incredible sort of swelling of the energy in your heart center, but don't expect it, don't judge it. This isn't something that you necessarily will feel every time. You know, I've done this hundreds of times, and it's different. There are times when you feel almost nothing, And if you do continue with this, there will be times where you feel, I've felt incredible, unexplainable bliss, expansion, things that are just impossible to even describe through the mind. But the key is absolutely staying with it. So if your mind wanders, maybe a loud noise pulls your awareness out of your heart, you just come right back and hop on that breath train. It's like this train that you're just riding along. You just keep riding with that inhale and exhale, like one smooth, fluid, never ending moment. It can be absolutely the most gorgeous thing. And as the space increases, because really just coming in here in this state of surrender to your essence, to your heart, to your breath, because the breath really is life. That is like you breathing. We really breathe our essence, our spirit in, our clear, pure energy, prana, chi. So that breath is the closest thing that you have, to all that is, to God, to source. And, how many people are seeking God, source, love, answers, peace, contentment, joy, bliss, and it's right here. It's right here. And when you feel this merge, this meld, again, you merge your awareness and you flow, doing your best not to have any control or opinion or thoughts. And if you just stay with it, they will dissolve away, and you'll be amazed, even in one tiny millisecond, the complete freedom or timelessness you may feel. So there are so many people on the planet right now that are seeking a little relief, enjoyment, freedom. So I really wanted to share this today just because it's been such a lifesaver for me. It has completely transformed my life. Really, when you find this space, if you come back to your breath every day, maybe many times a day, maybe you just have short breaks, I do encourage you to take, if you can take an hour, if you haven't done regular breathing, it can take some time for your nervous system to unwind, for all the thoughts to dissipate, all the energies, the emotions. So if you're newer to this type of thing, I highly encourage you to block off some time and really settle in with yourself. You are connecting with something that is pure love. It's indescribable, right? There are no good ways to truly try to define the formless, timeless, eternal essence of our soul, of God, of Creator, whatever. But this is one way to get very close to that, and it's all yours. It's whatever you make of it. Nobody can tell you what you're supposed to feel or what you want from this connection. I also find there's a beautiful thing that can happen in this space. Before making this video, I decided to lay down for a few moments and go into this breath, and it was like, oh, I don't even want to make this video anymore. I just want to lay here. And but all of a sudden, I just found myself having a, I don't know what you want to call it, like a imagination or a fantasy of a Shavasana, one of my guided relaxations that I create. So I create these meditations, and I've always mostly just done like presence and breathing, or going through opening up different areas of the body, connecting with them, bringing your presence into them so they can start to come back to life. And I found myself imagining this new creation, sort of the idea had come to me previously, but I found myself on this journey of being a dandelion seed floating up above the clouds, and it was like, oh yeah, this is my new creation. So if you're struggling with creativity, even if you already have a breath practice, this heart space, this is where miracles happen. There are amazing things, internal and external, that can come from connecting through your heart space. And again, letting yourself flow beyond agenda, control, opinion, beyond identity, beyond time. This is really where you go into your total pure source essence of nothingness, and just let the breath take you on a journey. Let your spirit, your essence, take you on a ride, a beautiful, blissful, expansive ride and experience. So thank you for joining me today. I hope you have a chance to give it a try, and I hope you find a lot of joy and bliss in your breath. Thank you. Namaste.